Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and from wherever and however you're watching us, we're welcomed and happy to see you. Today is our celebration of the arts and culture of and celebration of African heritage. We have a great selection today of amazing guests who have um, beautiful, I think, skill sets and artistic realms. We have our other host today with me today, Diana Ravalis. Forgot to say that with the Haitian American Collaborative, and as we collaborate with the United States of Africa, we have Deborah, Na, and the Black Messiah, who will be with us today. And like my Deborah knows, I always mess with her. How you doing, Ma? Hey, girl, great to see you. I missed you. Um, so anyway, not to go
Nice
into it.
to meet you. I just realized that I was muted.
No, it always happens, right? It always happens. It's okay. But I just want to quickly say before we start anything to do a special thank you for this month, for today, for this week. Without you, we couldn't do it. And to our sponsors, um, we have. So sorry. Let me just. So we our
Oh,
biggest
we have
one.
Tuna Chechi TV who is streaming us live right now. So everybody, hi from Tuna Chechi. We also have the Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, which is NBC TV1.
Mhm.
We have Asachi Real Estate, and we have the Council for Ethiopian Diaspora Action, CEDA. We also have Zimbabwe Media and Ingoma Media Studios in Zambia. So we have so many sponsors today. We are definitely thankful to everybody.
I love when she does that. So I do, I do. So with that being said, one of the one of the beauties that we one of I'm going to say one of the beauties that are underestimated are the arts of Africa and how it's been translated throughout to be someone else's, right? So today we're going to emphasize our beauty and our the works that has come from our motherland, and with a great array of people that have also come from the same. So that being said, because I I might know my art. What I will say is this before we start, and as we go in, and as we introduce everyone, my mentor, she always tells me your art form is your greatest weapon. So whatever you have out there, study it. It's your greatest weapon. That being said, we have our first, Deborah. I'm just bringing her chart up. You know, the world of technical difficulties, but we've done it. How are you doing, Deborah? How's life over there?
Oh, doing completely fine, by the way. Today is March 6th. Happy Independence Day, Ghana. Rap, rap, rap,
Ah,
rap.
happy Independence Day. Oh, that's what's up. There's so much that happens in March that I didn't even realize. Happy Independence Day,
Yeah,
Ghana. The women's history. I actually
yeah.
suffered from multiple sclerosis. You won't know, you wouldn't realize it, but it's Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. Um, there's like, and then the Battle of Katit was was won on my birthday, March 24th. Like, I didn't realize how much March had. You know what I mean? We have a good, happy Independence Day, guys.
Yeah,
Completely.
definitely
So,
happy. And the Ottawa Battle of Ottawa that happened not long ago. So it's some really great things that happen, some really great battles, and some battles that
so
we don't even know about.
and crazy enough, my Thursday we were talking about the Battle of Ottawa, and I was like, that's so funny. But your Battle of Ottawa ended, and you had it on the first. The Battle of Crete in Haiti started on the second, and ended on the 24th. So it's crazy. We were always in battle, right? We were always in battle, still to
For
this
sure.
day. Richard. So without further ado, we do have an artist for today. We would like to talk about African unity, but her name is Vera. See if Vera. Let's see if Vera is with us, so we can have this wonderful. Yes, I see her and her smile. Let's add Vera. Vera, your smile is like
Thank you.
sunshine, like just
Thank
beaming.
you.
How are you? How are you, Queen? How you doing?
Fine. I'm fine. How
Jumbo.
are you?
So we like to have you take your time to speak about. I think we're doing African unity,
You know,
unite. Sorry, African unite. Sorry.
yes. Yes.
Go right ahead. You have the stage.
Okay. Africa Unite. My name is Ellie June. My stage name, my music name is Ellie June. I'm an artist from West Africa, Ghana. Yeah, and I'm here to talk about African unity. Yeah, we as Africans have to unite and we have to embrace our culture. As you can see, I'm dressed like an African. I'm here to represent the African culture. Yes, because we are one. We have to stand together. We have to be united. And since today is the African History Month and there's an independence going on in my country, I feel it's high time we as Blacks embrace who we are. So I would like to perform my African music and so that all of you sees it. It talks about African being united, African being one, and the love, the unity, how Black Lives Matter all over the world. Yes. So that is what I sang about, and I'm about to do that here. Kindly hold on. A minute.
Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth connecting. Please wait. Bluetooth connected.
Yes. So my DJ is about to start. Hold on.
Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth connecting. Please wait.
This one. Yeah. Trying to connect. DJ, kindly. Please hold on a minute.
Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth connecting. Please wait.
What is all Bluetooth? Oh, internet in Suga. Kindly hold on. We are having a little problem. We are working on it.
Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth connecting. Please wait.
Just with a little technical difficulties, I think, with Vera. So give her a little time. I can't wait to see her. She has a beautiful outfit on. Let's just see what's going on. Might be having small technical difficulties. If anything, we might have to just bring Vera back. Well, just as Vera goes, one of the things I love about this time is the celebration of our African women. Um, I'm just going to put out there, Mary Jean is a woman that I strongly follow and believe. The last time I spoke with you guys, I said I left you with a quotation that I said, "Kupetet bulekai." I'm still gonna let you try to figure what that is, but that's the vibration of all of our revolutions throughout. Although I'm Haitian, but we come from an African blood, of course. And Kupetet Bulekai was the situation, and uh, Mary Jean is one of our heroines who helped save a fort of our native people. From on March 24th, and she was her own spy, and she was an amazing force. So as women, I just want to let you know we're a big part of revolution and the artistic care. And I'm going to see is Verma's ready and coming back. Yep, and I have you right back.
Yeah.
Hi, you look
I'm
so
so
gorgeous.
sorry.
I know, I was just
Yeah,
filling
I'm
in
so
for
sorry.
you.
Let me
Whatever,
get
it's
some
fine.
technical issue.
I get
Yeah.
it. That's the world we in right now, right? A little technical difficulties. I get it. You got the
Yeah.
floor now. I just filled in
Oh,
for you.
yeah.
You look gorgeous. I love your outfit. Really, I do.
So let me see.
I'm gonna let you have the stage.
Okay. So, Africa, we need peace, but not war. Africa, my people, we need peace, but not war. Africa, we are so beautiful, like a king now. Africa, we are so beautiful. Africa is beautiful now. African people, we are so kind of fun. Africa, 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 we are so magical. Africa, 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 let's our leaders together, let's fight, together, come now, let's fight together, unity, strength, let's come together, let's fight for our national continent, Africa, let's dance, Africa, let's unite, Africa, our lives matter, we are one, let's fight together, we are so beautiful. Black is kingdom, black lives matter. Africa, 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 let's rise up now. We are so beautiful, we are one people, let's come together. Africa, we need okay, let's start again. Africa, my people, we need peace, but not war. Hey, Africa, right now, we are so beautiful, like a kingdom. Africa matters, we are so beautiful. Africa is beautiful now. African people, we are so colorful. Africa, 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 we are so magical. Africa, 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 let's raise our our leaders together. Let's fight together. Let's fight together. Unity, let's come together. Let's fight for our master continent. Africa, let's dance. Africa, let's unite. Africa, our lives matter. We are one. We are so beautiful. Black is kingdom. Black lives matter. Africa, 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 let's rise up. We are so beautiful. We are one people. Let's come together. Let's fight together. Onto that topic. Let's fight together. We are so beautiful. We are so Africa, need us together. Ibanya wadeka, bebe mi banya wadeka. Biwa, yenyako. Mi banya dua, ya wadeka. Africa, 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 Africa. Let's find Africa, 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 Africa. Let's find Most people rise me up when they see me now. They do not know my story. They say I am African. What they do not know is I have in my rich culture and the history of my people. Yeah. That pride I have in that African music, now African art and the African dance. That pride I have is in my name and the meaning behind it. I will raise my hand wherever I go because of my African pride, and nobody will take it away from me. Africa, let's arise now. Africa, 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 let's arise now. I raise my head like wherever I go because of my African pride, and nobody will take that away from me. Black is king. Black lives matter. Proudly African. Africa, 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 Africa. Hello, people. Enjoy Happy Independence Day all over the world, all over Africa. Yes, I'm done. Hello.
I was with you. And I forgot. I'm like, Africa. Africa. I was like, oh, wait, I got to get on the thing. Hold on. That was
I really
beautiful.
appreciate your performance. It was a very good start to the day. You got our energies up in the back. You really did.
Thank you.
It was nice to have you once
And
again.
a great display of pride. A great, beautiful display of pride. Thank you. So now the next
So the next person that will be
was our
speaking will be Miss Lillian Deborah, and she is the VP of the G-Pan African Movement. Tuna Chechi viewers, are you guys still there? The VP is coming on, so let's just go add her without any further ado. I'm pretty sure she's really busy.
Get her in. Oops, add, sorry.
All good.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good. Your pleasure.
My mood has shifted. I'm now
right.
Yes, I'm just really excited now and I'm ready to party.
Exactly. Well, now we're willing to openly give you the floor.
Thank you.
And have.
So, greetings. My name is Lillian Deborah, and I welcome you to the second event of our celebration of African history and culture. If you haven't seen our first one, make sure you have a look. The program was filled with wisdom, and it was both motivational and inspirational. At this point, I would like to mention our sponsors, Nachiki TV, who has sponsored an upgrade on our StreamYard subscription, as well as allowing us to use their platforms to stream our event. Other sponsors are Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC, TV1, Asahi Real Estate, Council for Ethiopian Diaspora Action, and 2863 CRIP Zimbabwe Media in Inokma, studios in Zambia. The whole month of March is packed with great events and programs to celebrate African History Month, a month dedicated to all people of African descent. You can follow this both on our United States of Africa and Global Pan-Africanism platform. Just one second. As you can see here, my little daughter is asking us a question. Yeah?
There's a spider.
Okay, yeah, just one second. Mama's gonna check that in a minute. Okay.
And it's a big one.
Okay, I'm gonna check that in a minute. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. That's what happens. African families, children everywhere. Anyway, so I'm going to go back now. So, as I said before, the whole month of March is packed with great events and programs to celebrate African History Month, a month dedicated to all people of African descent. You can follow these both on our United States of Africa and Global Pan-Africanism Network platforms. Today we're going to focus on our rich and diverse, beautiful African culture and heritage. When I thought about what I'm going to say today, I reflected upon the word culture. What is culture? And I quickly realized and concluded that culture is everything. Yes, that's my conclusion. Culture is everything. It is an expression of who we are as a people and as individuals. It is our hairstyles, the story our hair tells. It's the food we eat and the variations of it. It is our languages, the way we speak, the way we express ourselves in our art, our paintings, our dance, and our music. It is our architecture, our stories, our writings, like the Adinkra signs, the Amharic alphabet, or the hieroglyphs. It is our ancient wisdom and knowledge. Culture is our traditions, myths, legends, our expressions of spirituality. Culture is our clothes, traditionally and modern, the colors we wear, our jewelry, and even how we relate to each other. The way we raise our children, it's our facial expression. You know exactly what your mother wants to tell you with just one look. I could continue with lists of things about what culture is, but it would never be conclusive because culture is everything. Culture as an expression of ourselves, of our soul. It is who we are. Pan-Africanism understands that the beauty of African culture is that its individual expression is both unique and collective. With your dance in all its individuality, you're telling both your story, but also the story of an African, and with that, the story of Africa and of all Africans. Whether I agree personally or even like your personal display of culture is irrelevant. That leaves us with a huge responsibility. If culture is who we are, if it is essential to our being, we need to preserve and protect it. But what has been happening? On the one hand, the museums in the West are filled with looted and stolen African artifacts. Our music doesn't belong to us. Our art has been copied. We have been literally written out of our own stories. Libraries have been destroyed, architecture destroyed, our spices, recipes stolen and sold as somebody else's. Theft, appropriation disguised as admiration. On the other hand, our culture has been mimicked and even ridiculed. We are told how to wear or not to wear our hair, that our food is awful, our traditions are inferior, our spirituality has been demonized as evil. Our expressions of who we are deemed unworthy unless it is done by somebody else. Our features are seen beautiful when they are on others. But we have been forbidden to be ourselves. Look at the languages we speak. It has been tried to take our soul, our humanity, our core, who we are as a people away from us. This has left us confused and traumatized, self-hating, with an inferiority complex. We are literally trying to bleach our Africanness away so that we can be closer to something we shouldn't aspire to be in the first place, because we are the original. Amidst all these adverse conditions, we have adapted and managed to create modern African expression of our cultures. We have recreated and at the same time preserved. We need to continue to do so. In fact, we need more of it. Although there shouldn't be a hierarchy in our cultural practices, and there's no right or wrong way of being an African, we should never forget who we are. Even if we are outside the continent, whether it's been 1 year or 1,000 years, we remain Africans. We can't deny it. We should celebrate it with confidence and pride. When you listen to Afro-Brazilian music or hear stories of Anansi, the trickster spider in Jamaica, you can immediately, undoubtedly, undeniably recognize our connection. We need to take the re-education of our children and whoever has forgotten who we are seriously and invest in it rigorously so that together we can understand who we are and envision who we have to be. In order for us to achieve a truly independent Africa and freed, emancipated, thriving people of African descent globally, we need to love ourselves in our Africanness, in all its variety, tradition and modernity, and understand that our different expressions of culture are of the same root, our collective African heritage. We need aspiration, we need representation. We need to be the narrators of our own stories. We need a display and celebration of our African culture. And that is why the celebration of African History Month is so important, because we are reminded of who we truly are. When we create, no matter what we do it as Africans. African singers, songwriters, architects, doctors, lawyers, engineers, authors, painters, athletes. And with this understanding, we will be prepared for what is yet to come. Going back to the beginning, to the question, what is culture? Culture, it is perseverance. It isn't stagnant, it is resilience. It is memory and simultaneously adapting to whatever situation you find yourself in. Creation and memory, because culture is everything. Let's preserve and regain our pride in our culture, honoring the ones who came before us by being ourselves and remembering and never forgetting who we are. We are one and we are Africa. Enjoy the rest of our celebration. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Lillian. That was really, really. Whew, you're right. You're right. And what I wanted to say in regards to that is you're so right. It's memory, it's creation, it's adoption, and we have to preserve it. I think a lot of us Africans in the diaspora, we just think that culture is okay, it's not a big deal, but we don't realize that
It is so
when we have
important.
someone else's culture, or that when we're losing our culture, then we realize, oh wait, this was a big deal.
Yeah, and it is us. We are culture, and our culture is us. Okay, and that's what it is. And we are very creative people, and we're creating constantly new expressions of our cultures, and that is important. And we do need to normalize it and normalize our features, our beauty, our everything, our food, everything. And that's why culture is so important, and the different expressions of cultures. And sometimes we hear, oh, this and that, and oh, it's modern, or you're not real African, or whatever. No, okay, like African is one of the things you don't have to do anything about. You're just African. But it's just about, remembering who we are, and but still creating at the same time. So that, I think, that's culture. And it's very, very, yeah, as I said, it's very important. It's essential to our being. Oh, Sister Diana, I don't know if you're talking, we can't hear you.
I was just saying that your voice, it speaks like an ancestor's dream.
Oh.
Like you speak in a monotone of ancestral eloquence that is quite moving and impactful. And whatever you embody, you speak like you embody the motherland itself, and that's so amazing, and that's in itself culture.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's very nice to say. Yes, thank you very much.
Welcome. So, I didn't want to get you off the screen because you're amazing, but we got a whole show. So, but
But
see, that was
before we get to
amazing,
the
Lily.
next speaker, who is actually
Yeah.
going to be a poem, we definitely just want to thank again the media sponsors that are watching this. Tuna Chechi viewers, hi, thank you so much for being here. And to all the diaspora, happy Ghanaian Independence Day.
Yes,
Also,
yes,
want to thank,
yes, yes.
and
The
BC,
Zimbabwe nation.
yes, and we want to thank all our other sponsors.
Yes,
So,
it's all of them.
Diana, do you want to introduce the
Yeah,
second
sure. Of
poet speaker?
course, of course. So our second poet, Dr. France, I'm gonna say this French.
Oh, no, no,
Excuse
no.
me.
We're going to go to the other one after that.
And you're gonna give me the hardest name. Also, J. Lowy, Lowy.
Olasoji Lawe. Lawe.
Oh no, wait. Osa Jolwi Lawi.
Yeah, he was just here. Um,
You guys, I'm literally learning names. I have a thing about names that I want to pronounce them correctly, and I love these. Like you don't even know. Did he leave us? Oh, okay. That's fine. Let's see if we can maybe technical difficulties. Do we have Well, we do have the artist as Zebra Peter Bob. Is that okay? She is an artist, and she runs this economy, the love of seeds your plants. Okay, let's bring her up since she's here with us. He's here with us. Hello. May I
you're
ask?
muted.
You're muted.
There we go. I'm
Hi.
on now.
May I ask the
Hi,
proper pronunciation of your name for me, please?
at Zebra
I add zebra. Okay, I did add zebra.
and Peter Bob.
Peter Bob. So add zebra, Peter Bob. Welcome to meet you and see you. It's a pleasure to
Yeah,
have you on.
thank you. I'm actually, I was here waiting because I was supposed to be one of the hosts. I think if you see on the paper there's Amos there down. That's me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have you as an artist, and some of our candidates are not
I
here yet. So,
yeah. So I was
but
supposed to perform
happy to
on.
introduce one. Happy to let the audience see you, and
Sure.
say that we do have one of our backup hosts here. Um,
Yes.
Well, before we let you go,
yeah,
Yes.
what do you think that, because this show is about culture, it's about
yeah.
culture, it's about history. How do you think that culture should be more celebrated in African spaces? Or what is the
Yes.
significance of it to you?
Yeah. My father is in Ndebele. My
Mm,
mother is Bemba.
mm,
So growing up in Africa, I think in Africa, culture plays a very big role in having molding your character and having you grow. So even when you are growing, you are asked from which tribe is this person and what kind of culture is he brought up from. So
mhm,
we are able to tell the behavior of a person depending on the tribe or culture that he's been raised from. So in Africa, culture means a lot. It is not
yeah.
something to look down upon because even wherever you go in the world, the other people in Africa will be looking at you and trying to judge you by the culture that you've been, what part of the world that you come from, and what kind of culture do you portray. So
Mm,
culture must be celebrated. It's a very important thing to do. Yeah. So
oh,
and cultures played a role because in terms of art now, we in our country when we are fighting for liberation, music was one of the biggest tools that was used to communicate to the people on how we need to be brave and go and fight and be part of the people who are trying to liberate ourselves. Even today, we still use music. It's art. We still use music to talk about the issues that are surrounding us. Those things that are negative, we still write those lyrics down and talk about them. Even in sketches, plays, movies, drama, all that's culture. Even with the most traditional ones in the village, they will come up with concepts of communicating with the villagers using the traditional way of doing it. So all that is art. So art in Africa plays a very, very big role. It's deep.
That's profound. That's profound. And I think to thank you for letting me introduce you to the audience, but we do have our next one, so I'm going to take you back off.
See you later. I'll be back.
Yes, you'll be back.
So we're just gonna go ahead and add.
Yeah, we're going.
Hello.
Oh. Lawi?
Tuna mau camera. Yeah, I'm there.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Let's bring me. Hi.
Hi. So we would.
Hi, Lily. How you doing, William?
Okay.
Yep, I can hear you. I can't hear you.
Beautiful. We're going to give you the stage for your poem to recite. Oh, we might be having a little.
I believe your mic
is muted. You're muted.
Your mic.
You're muted. I was about to. I can't hear you. This is the world. This is the world we're in.
I should have taken a sign language class, man.
Right. Yeah, can't hear you.
Is the mic okay? Are we good?
Okay. Yeah, now. You were muted. So, can you still hear us? We might have to drop them down and bring them back up. Okay.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. He won't even drop down. Okay. But we'll keep him in. We'll just we'll see where we're going to next. Apologies for that. But I was thinking about that as we're looking. What does culture? Your quick spiel on culture as we find.
Oh, okay. Well, I honestly, as I mentioned before, it's great that we're having this program because I feel like our ancestors, a lot of them, like even the traditions that they passed down, a lot of it was oral tradition. So like through stories, but now we should write some of these things down because what I've noticed in some parts of Africa, people don't have time to sit down and listen to the ancestors. So if we don't have time to listen and talk to the ancestors, we need to write what they say down, else it's gonna get lost, unfortunately. So we have to really do a good job of preserving. I know in Ghana, they're renovating a museum, right? And a lot of Ghanaians were like, oh, what's the point of this? We already know our culture. And they were like, no, we have to keep it. We have to display it and we have to teach it. It's not just enough that some people know. There should be an effort for everybody to know. So shows like these are really important. And let's understand that also musical culture is also very important. Like our music means a lot. Like if I think of reggae and I think of Bob Marley, back in the days when I was young, I was singing like Buffalo Soldier. I did not know what he was talking about. But now I'm older and I'm like, wow, this is activism in music.
Yeah. Yep, yep. It truly is. I think that's why they change music so much. And I'll get to that because you raised some great points that I would love to come back with. But I think we do at least have Dr. Abria, or if
Yes,
we're
we
okay.
had him last time. So once again, we're gonna let the doctor speak, and he's gonna speak about the Ethiopic alphabet
Yes,
for Africa.
he was such a delight. Add you in.
Hello.
Hello, it's such a pleasure to see you again.
Nice meeting you. I was watching whatever was going on and I was enjoying it. Thank you for inviting me again.
Yes, I love your books. We will definitely give you the floor, but it's always a delight and pleasure. Um, you are definitely a scholar, I can already tell. So we'll definitely give you the floor.
Okay. You hear me?
Yes, doctor. Thank you, doctor.
Okay. Uh, in my case, as one of the programs we are using, I'm trying to talk about African culture. My interest is mainly in the Ethiopic alphabet. As you know, Africa is the cradle of humanity as well as cradle of civilization. No matter what they say, we all started it, and others left the continent, and they are spread all over the world. So everybody's an African. In Ethiopia, over the last thousands of years, with the Egyptians, and of course, independently, we developed our own alphabet, which is known as Ethiopic. And this is one of the perfect alphabets because it is phonetic, in that every potential sound is represented by a character. As a result, there is no spelling error, and it is considered one of the best alphabets. And some of the materials written in the Ethiopic language, sorry, as well as the Ethiopic alphabet, is the Book of Enoch. Uh, he is Enoch is the grandfather of Noah, and he wrote about 5 or 6 books in our alphabet, and it's there only in our alphabet, so we preserve it for the whole world to read now. Um, at the same time, we also have other ancient histories, including our calendar, which is a bit different, mainly because the Europeans took the calendar we use from Egypt and changed it. And as a result, we think ours is the right calendar. And the year is 2013 now. So we also want you to read about it and understand it. Maybe in the future, as we move into the United States of Africa, that may be the calendar we have to use. And of course, the Ethiopic alphabet, I am pushing it so that by the time we create a United States of Africa, we have to communicate at least in one alphabet, because the one we have now is Latin or Arabic, and the languages are either French or English and so on. So that's one way they also broke us up so that we don't communicate. So maybe with the Ethiopic alphabet, we will have something in common. I'm not trying to say drop whatever you have and jump onto ours. What I'm saying is we keep this as something for all of us, but we'll keep whatever we have. For instance, if the East Africa is talking about Swahili and they want to develop Swahili, there is nothing which stops it. What I'm suggesting is let's write the Swahili in Ethiopic, because, as I said, it is a phonetic language, it's a phonetic alphabet. Every character has its own sound, and there is no spelling error. And if there is a need for a new character, Ethiopic allows to create it. And for instance, I recently added the tone, which is needed by the Niki or something language in West Africa. I forgot the name. So that's one thing I have been suggesting. If we need a common language. We can also use Amharic mainly because it goes with the alphabet. But again, I want to make sure that I'm not trying to impose ours on the rest of the people or suggesting that everybody use it. The main reason is we have to have something in common other than what we have now. Again, even we may not have to forget English, but since different people are talking different things, we have to have our own alphabet, our own common language. What I have done is I am originally from Ethiopia. By profession, I am a veterinarian. I came for a postdoctoral study to Colorado State University, and I have been here since 1975. While doing my research, I found out that I did solve immune deficiency in animals, and I found out that I have to do some testing methods. So I created a fast field test. For that, I got an American and a British patent. So I realized the importance of patent, and then I said, how can we write this alphabet in a computer? So I started it in 1982, and by 1987, I perfected it for MS-DOS. The biggest problem with the Ethiopian alphabet is there are 500 characters, because every potential sound you create has a character. For instance, if you know Ethiopic, you didn't have any problem with calling the names of people, because every every sound you utter has a character. Berra, when I say it, I hear three phonemes, three sounds. So there is one for A, there is one for B, there is one for Ra. So there is no spelling error. As a result, we use less space, which is clearer, and everybody says it the same way. No matter what language you know, what accent you have, you utter it. So that's why I am pushing that. And again, if you have seen, we somehow managed to keep our freedom for the last so many millennia. As a result, we are one of the last ones where the Europeans came to colonize us. And with the Battle of Adwa, we defeated the Italians, and that was the beginning of liberation of Africa. And that had quite a big impact, because earlier we have this Ethiopianism trying to preach that we are important people, we need all the respect and so on. Unfortunately, about 500 years ago, the Europeans started how to build ship and so on. And here they came and took so many of our African brothers and sisters from the West Coast, while the Arabs were helping themselves from the East Coast and the Central America. For instance, one thing most Africans don't know, especially in America, they are blaming the Christians, saying the Christians did this to us, so Christianity is a bad language, a bad religion. When it comes to Africa, we have been treated badly also in the East by the Arabs. They have taken as many people from Central and East Africa. And the difference is, in America, they let people live and get intermarried and breed because they thought they will have more slaves. In other Muslim countries, I mean by then they were not all Muslims, in the Arab countries, they don't even let you have children. When somebody gets old, they come and get another one. So we have been mistreated by everybody. Anyway, fortunately in Ethiopia, we have lived as Christians, we have Jews, we have Muslims, we are intermarried, and we managed to keep our independence. Even during the Second World War, they came for us, and we defeated them. In our case, once we defeat some of these colonialists, we didn't sit down. We said we have to help other Africans get liberated. We have helped people like Kenyatta, we have helped Mandela, we have helped so many freedom fighters, and we never rested until the whole of Africa is liberated. I even remember when Ethiopia had to take South Africa to court because they wanted to hang on to what's then called Southwest Africa because they were given as some sort of a protest, right? But we managed to go to court and fought for the independence of Namibia. Anyway, here also we have managed to create the Organization of Africa with our other African countries, and we are glad now, at least we are coming together. We have created the Organization of African Unity, we have come closer to African Union, and we are doing quite great. On the other side, we know our brothers and sisters here in the United States are suffering. One advantage we had in Ethiopia is because we have been on our own. We really don't care what color or what culture somebody is. We all see them as human beings, and we have respect. And we also respect ourselves. And that has even helped us here in the United States. If somebody tries to misbehave and show me some bad behavior, I really don't care, because I am raised as an Ethiopian with the impression that I am no better than anybody, I am no less than anybody. If somebody mistreats me, I will mistreat him, because there is a limit on how we will be patient. So we all have to come back to our senses and our pride and make Africa great. What we need is to get together and have some of these things in common and fight for what is right. One of the things we have to encourage Africans, especially our leaders, is I think they have to follow this, what these other people are doing. Say if somebody is a president, maybe he can be re-elected and let him be there for 8 years. After 8 years, he has to leave. We don't need emperors. We don't need all these traitors who are making arrangement with other foreign countries and stay in power. So we have to let them go and fight for them to move on so that other people will come in. That way, in the future, when we have one country as a continent, we have a lot of resources to develop, we will be respected, and we have our own things, and we can compete on the world stage as one continent, because we have so much resources, we have the land, and even we have people. Right now, people like me can't live in Ethiopia because of what they've been doing, so I'm staying here because of conditions there. If things are better, I will improve things over there. Again, with the Ethiopian alphabet, what I did was I now have 4 United States, 3 Ethiopian patents. So here we as Africans can develop our own technology. We can even translate English documents into Amharic. So the whole world technology is now in the computer. We can transfer that into Amharic, and from there we can translate into any other African language, and before we know it, we have the world technology in our hands. So we can change Africa in 1 generation if we get together. That's what the Chinese did. So that's what I'm advocating, and I'm trying to work with different African universities and see how we can develop different keyboards for different African languages. It doesn't matter whether it's Yoruba or Shona or whatever, Swahili or even Kikuyu. We can go down to whichever level we want. So I don't know how much time you gave me. I think maybe I better stop here.
That was wonderful, and I think you're right on the money with this. I would love to connect with you at another time, maybe kind of get this pushed through, because you're very right. You're very right. And it was a pleasure for having you, and we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And guys, hey.
Hey, hi everybody. Welcome
Peace.
to the second segment of African History Month. Today we're talking about culture, heritage, and preserving our traditions. So we just want to quickly, before we introduce the next speaker, who will be Dr. Francis Chisala, we want to just give, a shout out to our sponsors. So Diana, go ahead.
Junaki TV. who is streaming and is a major sponsor. We thank you to Zimbabwe National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC-TV1. We appreciate you. We also call Ascari Real Estate. I said that wrong. What it's Ascari, right?
Yes, no, you said
Okay.
it.
All right. Okay. Real estate. And the Council for the Ethiopian Diaspora Act, CEDE, and the 2863 Crib Zimbabwe Media, and Anima and Ngoma, studio in Zimbabwe. I'm telling you, I'm learning. By the end of this year, I'm going to be. It's just, we need a new language, guys. I've been stuck with English. Like, we need a new language, guys. It's a crippling thing. So that being said, so thank you to all of our sponsors. And we would like to bring up for our next guest who that we have.
Actually, change of plans. The doctor, I think he's away at the moment. So we're going to try once more and try to add our poet. So let's just
yes.
And add him to the stream.
Let's bring him in. There he is. Okay. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yay, we can hear you too now.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, my dear.
All right. So this poem is about Africa's great civilizations. Yes, about Africa's great civilizations, from Mali to Kemet, from Kemet to Benin, from Benin to Nigeria. So let's start with this. Lost in antiquity, I could hear the names of Mansa's horses. Choral sounds from the maidens, adorned with sonorous voices. Our wealth is wisdom, not just gold and earthly stones packed in different boxes, with merchants in Mali doing business and making choices. To Kemet, I journeyed far across the desert for an holiday to write my prose. Welcomed by the Sphinx, way before men of Babylon came to took its nose, I took a bow before the great Pharaoh Akhenaten, the builder of the pyramids. Aligning myself with ancestral geometry, satisfying my inner needs. To learn the hearts of steel and bronze, I found myself in Akane's Westland, in love with his people. Red mud and beat around the maiden's hands, I witnessed and escaped the destruction of the longest wall in the ancient world, stolen and set ablaze by the British, treasures and legacy undescribable with words. Lost in antiquity, I found myself in Ile-Ife, the cradle of civilization, loving the sweet sound, elegant voice of Moremi's recitations, the tall staff of the king Oromio, with red glowing beads and my ancestors' inclinations. The warlords and the priests adorned in white, forcing the invaders, making incantations. To the abode of Shango, the thunder god, I sought to meet the great Yoruba emperor. Welcomed with the talking drum and shekere, passing through the mighty door, appearing at the council of the Oyomises, with the various mighty lords, prostrating before his majesty in countenance of the demigod. Moving from the mighty falls of Zambezi to Kilimanjaro's daring heights, the warmth of the beautiful sun, the rainforest and the vast deserts gave their light, abundance of chlorophyll.
Not sure if we lost him. Okay.
Oh man, that was getting pretty good.
Good.
But I like that. I really like that. The young man is really passionate.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Do we have him back? Hold on. You're back?
Yeah.
Okay. You were like right. You were
yes,
on it.
I'm back.
Okay, we'll give it back to you. You
All
were
right.
on
So
it.
the second poem is Knights of our Cableland. This was written for to the past and present future Knights of our Cableland. Now, the Knights I'm talking about are the young people coming here to liberate Africa. So this is a liberation poem, fam, and I hope you really, really like it and enjoy. enjoy it. So let us go by the count of three. One, two, and three. 1,000 years of yesterday, we forget not our sacred history. Our road to redemption enshrouded in our darkest mystery. For there is no future for a people who deny their past. Beholding the future of Africa, a glory that will last. That the beauty of Zion will cease to be a Rastafarian dream. With brothers who uphold the African creed, Kereo, the song of redemption has been struck, awaiting us from Khartoum to Kakamas to hit the call. For the nights of our Alkebulan, Mother Africa's children will come, nourished by the milk from her sweet tanned breast, and loved. From the upper Volta to the Zambezi and Isthmus of Zeus, she placed us, and in the beautiful plains, she raised us. Like the Abyssinian warriors of old, rewriting the stories that were told. From the myth of the hunters, we never heard that the lions were bold. Also of black panthers, chasing away foxes aided by the true Amotekons, running from the plains and captured in the dunes. The exodus is about to begin. OP Rastamen are prepared, bringing you to redemption. Zion's train has been heard. To behold the oasis of the Sahara, the domes of Selasiah's kingdom. We fight and sail through the pirates with wisdom. The United States of Africa is our dream, and for it we will strive. Waving the mighty flag of our cable land with 54 stars but not a stripe. That Shaka Zulu and Isido will look down from the ancestral plains, dead to living, and behold an Alkebu land where there cease to be pains. For the sons of daughters of Kemet will once more be reunited. Knowledge and unity in Wakanda, which can never again be divided. Saving the world from the great pandemic and the villains of Babylon. In the spirit of Ubuntu, the great binding force we carry on. Africa for the Africans, a continent of brother nations. One love, one dream, one people and mind with the same ambition. Away from Charles Ching and Washington fairy darts, our revolution is not of guns and knives, but of heads and hearts. Thank you. That was the poem. That was the poem. Yeah, yeah, that was the poem. So
That was
yeah, I was
beautiful.
talking
You're very,
about a revolution coming, but the revolution not being a revolution of guns and knives, but a revolution of heads and hearts. So, I mean, to liberate Africa, we do not need to fight. We just need an intellectual kind of revolution. We need to talk. We need to negotiate. We need to have an economic liberation away from everything we have now, an economic liberation. We do not need to wield arms like others are doing. This is Africa. A lot of blood has been shed in time past, and we do not need to shed more blood, if you get me. So this is just the poem night of our cable land. It crossed over 30 countries. Now I was talking about Khartoum to Kakamas. Khartoum is in Sudan, Kakamas is in the Caribbean. So I said not just Africa on the African continent, but also Africa outside Africa, Africans outside Africa. So those living in the Caribbean, those living in Jamaica, in Haiti, you all Africans. So I do not agree to the Black American ideology. Everybody, we all Africans. And also, I was talking about civilization, the Great Wall of Benin. This is Nigeria for you. The Wall of Benin has been the biggest wall in ancient world, but it was destroyed by the British. So away from Xinjiang and Washington's fairy dart, I'm talking about the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and everything. These people who give us things and take more things from us, who take our gold and give us the bronze, and that's just it, fam. That is just the poem, what the poem is about, and it is coming from my book, The Anthology Journey into New Kemet, a beautiful, beautiful one, and I hope you get yours. So, Lily, I'm out of here, and this is Abiola Lake, very beautiful place in Nigeria, a very beautiful place for poetry, and I really, really wish us a very, very amazing conference. Thank you all. God bless you. God bless you. My name is Ola Sojilawaye. God bless you all.
bless you, bless you. And I'm definitely going to try to find your book. You're an amazing poet. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the time. I really appreciate it, fam. Thank
And
you
we
very much.
appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
most definitely. And we appreciate
Yeah,
you. So let me just, um,
yeah. Thank you very much.
that was perfect. Oh, we need to get that book. Um, so with Deborah Bringon, we're going to go to our next presenter. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. So sorry, guys. This technical difficulties that I'm dealing with. Oh, here you are. Here you are. Azra? How are you?
Yes,
Hello, how are you? Hi, how are you?
running.
Good,
Africa
good.
Unite.
Africa
Africa
Unite.
is we motherland, and it can never be another man land.
Yeah, so you have
Our
run
duty
this
as
academy.
man to build this continent, this great land of our fathers, of our mothers.
Hi, this is Peter Bob, seated there in the studio, ready to perform. Yeah, he's
Did I
one
pick
of
the wrong person?
no, you did pick a wrong person.
Okay, I'm so
He's the
sorry.
one who's going to, yes, he's going to perform the song called Love is a Seed That We Plant.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, then after that, I'm going to perform the song called Run This Economy.
Okay,
So I'm
okay.
gonna let him.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so you
Yeah.
guys are wonderful performances, and I will let you have the stage. And thank you for clarifying that part for me.
Sure. So Peter Bob, you're on.
Love is pure, love is kind. It don't lie, it can make you cry. And forever it shall be. Now that it's in our lives, let's nurture it tenderly. Like birds of the sun feather, we must flock together. Love is a game of give and take. Surely, it's a reality, I say. Love is a seed we plant. Love is a seed we plant. Love is a seed we plant. And probably a paradise. Love is a seed we plant. Love, 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 love. Love is a seed we plant. That never leave all the way. See how the sun from the sky sends its rays and lights up the earth, and the rain falls and cools up the earth. And together they bring out the beautiful rainbow. Look at the dark night sky, so high. Light up with trillion stars, they don't fight. Together they bring light upon the earth. So mankind, tell me why do we fight against each other? Can't you see we destroying ourselves? Let love reign and hate disappear. and motherland will be blessed for good. Like birds of the sun feather, we must flock together. Love is a game of give and take. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. This reality, I say, love is a seed land. Love is a seed land. Love is a seed land. If we're gonna be a part of us, love is a seed land. Love, 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 love. Love is a seed land. And never leave away. Yeah, Mom. I've got the love that comes from the heart. Let me have that rain. I'm here to say to you, we love you. We got to start, kickstart, try it out, work it out, work it out. We got to start, try it out, work it out. Oh, let's run this economy. Everyone rise up, the government, the bureaucrats. I'm calling on the farmers and the spokesmen. And skill labor. It's time to work together, brings about prosperity. Division hands down economy. Whatever you got, then more about it. The world is waiting for your contribution. None of them mind. We got to kickstart, try it out, work it out. And we got to kickstart, try it out, work it out. Oh, let's run this economy. There is no government without the people. Musicians can be educated the people. Teachers have to survive with me. As a nation, we need security. Police, soldiers, correction facilities. Traders, we want to trade fairly. Engineers who make our nation look beautiful. Medical practitioners to keep us healthy. We got to kickstart, try it out, work it out. Oh, we got to kickstart, try it out, work it out. Oh, let's run this economy. Solutions have been all around. The more we try, the more we need. Life is like just a position. We all run to the same goal. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got to, we got to, we got to, yeah. We got to, we got to, let's do it. Let's run this economy. We got to, we got to, we got to, we got to, we got to. We got to, let's run this economy.
All right, thank you so much for Ad Zebra again. The songs that they performed, the first one, well, actually, I might have the order wrong, but the songs that they performed was Run This Economy, Love is a Seed You Plant, and those are the songs that they performed. It was really great to see them again. Diana, did you have anything to add? You're muted.
I keep forgetting this button. It was great. It was fun. I was jamming. And thank you for performing. But I'm ready to also give a great introduction to our next performer as well, an artist, Black Messiah. And it will be speaking, I think it's a poem, Current Effects and Mama. Oh, Current Affairs and Mama, sorry. Hello, Black Messiah. Can you hear us? Okay. There might be a delay. Yeah, there might be a delay. Okay, we can go
So
through
what we're gonna do is we're just gonna
Let's go to the next,
play
right?
a short clip, and then we'll just have
Oh,
our next guest on. So let's just do
oh,
that
okay.
real
Yeah, yeah.
quick.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, hey once again. So I believe the person who's gonna go next is Can't Delay, but before we let him go, let's just do another shout out to our sponsors.
Yes,
And yeah, let's just do that.
yes, bring that up. Hold on. I'm on the schedule. So thank you for our sponsors, To Nikki TV. Did I do it? Wait,
Tunachiki.
Tunatiki. You
Yeah,
do it. You know our thing.
Nacheki.
TV. Thank you. You know our deal. That being said, we have we have Zimbabwe Nation Broadcast Corporation ZNBC TV. We have Asori Real Estate, the Council of the Ethiopian Diaspora Act, CEDA, and we have 2863 Crib Zimbabwe Media. And I know, and Goma Studios in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for your help and your sponsorship in doing this and getting this performance going and today's event broadcasted. So next we said we're gonna go to Can't Delay.
Yeah.
Let's take it on with Can't Delay. Hey, I see you.
Hi.
How you doing, Can't Delay?
Good and
I just want
yourself.
very good, very good. I just want to get the what Can't Delay is. You have Rise Again and Flex.
Yeah, that's what I've got for you tonight.
Okay. You can have, we willingly and gracefully give you the floor.
Yes. Someday we're gonna rise again. All the pain, all the tears, gonna wash away. Suffering nation, we're gonna rise again. All the pain, all the tears, gonna wash away. Someday we're gonna rise again. All the pain, all the tears, gonna wash away. Yeah. There's nothing right about us, everybody knows. I told my daughter, there's nothing right to celebrate. I'm paving way for you to get a better medication. I'm paving way for you to get a better education. We have a lot to talk about, but we seem so quiet. Why we keep so quiet? Because everything's about us. In this world of pain, we better talk about us. In the beginning, the trouble that we get in freedom. But we seem to be struggling, walking into the darkness. No better days, no need to celebrate. And the pain on my mother and father always remains. Hunger, deadly diseases are ruining our nation. Someday we gonna rise again. All the pain, all the tears, gonna wash away. Suffering nation, we gonna rise again. All the pain, all the tears, gonna wash away. Someday we gonna rise again. All the pain, all the tears, gonna wash away. We're a stubborn nation, most of the struggle nation. Everything's about us, no need to celebrate. We need to talk about us. Every time we meet, no need to point the finger, criticizing each other. As Bambam trouble one man and be no better. Go back night in the chance of who I'm trying to share it. Trouble when we feel this one, we live with and share it. For we told this one, she got the let it to it. Und das Sekabando 7 Pities over one. Stinging can say no never say fancy chill one. Would be for this one. Why for the Jones? Since you move up in bed, I really take him on. Someday we gonna rise again. All the pain, all the tears, gonna wash away. Suffering nation, we gonna rise again. All the pain, all the tears, gonna wash away. Someday we gonna rise again. All the pain, all the tears, gonna wash away. It's Kyoto Lady song is dedicated to all African brothers and sisters, our mothers, our fathers, and our grandparents. You must know that the pain that we're suffering from, we all know where it comes from. It's from Africa. It's kind of like. Here comes a love song. I just dedicated to my continent, Africa. This is the love song. Hope you enjoy it. It's Flex. Let's go. Do you really mean it when you say you love me? How will you know? How can I show you? Do you really mean it when you say you love me? How will you know? How can I show you? Do you really mean it when you say you love me? How will you know? How can I show you? Do you really mean it when you say you love me? How will you know? How can I show you? That tiny red flex. Hey, I'm in distress. Same tiny red flex. Hey, I'm in distress. Come here, let me show you how to love. Get here, let me tell you how I feel. This feeling is something we don't never fade. Trust me, baby, I'm gonna love you till the end. Let me get down on my knees, baby. You propose and what's it good for us in your sound. Never we can do what she does sound. It is father cutting good for us, yeah, baby. Cause I'm through in the sun is really soon about. The moon had this put some funny send I need you to walk for the kids, baby. I can make it shit love. This will never cool up, pussy picture, this and not. More than us, I'm not punching, so I'm not. Love means happiness, love means pain. More understand that you will to so total time. No making the physical, never to try to pay. Do you really mean it? When you say you love me, how will you know? How can I show you? Do you really mean it? When you say you love me, how will you know? How can I show you? Do you really mean it? When you say you love me, how will you know? How can I show you? Do you really mean it? When you say you love me, how will you know? How can I show you? Every time the red flex. Hey, I'm in distress. Flex. Every time the red flex. Hey, I'm in distress. Flex. I'm gonna make you feel like the only one. I'm gonna make you feel pretty, baby. I'm gonna make you feel like the only one. I'm gonna make you look pretty, baby. When I'm busy, kind of cool, I'm just para. Tell the muscle, I'm a bigger, gender, gonna gun. Utando love you, I'm a kid, gender, gonna gun. Oh, baby, look at the custody, gender, yaga, boy, I want to baby, trouble, man, I can control the spine. No, I'm control the spine. You the first woman that is coming on my mind. Empty dead, I when I keep that on my mind. I'll sweat, I'll sweat, in the center, I'll sweat, I'll sweat, in the center. Do you really mean it? When you say you love me, how will you know? How can I show you? Do you really mean it? When you say you love me, how will you know? How can I show you? Do you really mean it? When you say you love me, how will you know? How can I show you? Do you really mean it? When you say you love me, how will you know? How can I show you? Every time it reflects. Hey, I'm in distress. Flex. Every time it reflects. Hey, I'm in distress. Flex.
If Caraway from South Africa, representing South Africa. This is Caraway. I'm still running.
Thank you so much, Can't Delay. We really appreciate that performance.
I'm so glad if you did enjoy. I'm so happy to hear that.
You guys get me off the seat. I have to remember I'm hosting. That was a great job. Thank you for your performance.
I'm not sure. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm not sure if you can hear me clearly on your side. I think we've got network problem this side.
We heard you pretty well. We heard you well. You did a great job.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I'm glad.
So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day or night. I don't know.
Okay, so that was Can't Delay. They performed Rise Again and Flex. I actually really enjoyed.
Yeah, I was like, all right. Let me stop. So,
So, shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. This is the second segment of African History Month, and we are celebrating arts, culture, and African heritage. My name is Deborah Abna, and the co host,
Diana Evolus.
and we are definitely just happy to be here. So, Diana's just gonna,
let the next one in. So, and that being said, it looks like we're going to have the Black Messiah who's ready for us now. So we're just going to let him in. Hello, Black Messiah. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? There might be some connectivity issue again.
That wasn't good at all.
Okay. Now, so we are going to go. Actually, I think we should do our next Miss Swahili. I just want to see what she was doing. Well, okay. Oh, so is this Johanna? Johanna?
Yeah, Yohani Paulo.
Yeah, Paulo, and it's for Swahili for Africa. Also, maybe some more language. We'll bring her in, him in. Sorry.
Hi, Yohani.
How are you? Can you hear us?
What's up? How's it going, y'all?
Doing well, doing well.
Is everything okay with you? Anywhere you are, I don't know if you are in Haiti, if you are in, I don't know, where are you all located?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in the United States, but my family's from Haiti, but I'm in the United States.
And I'm
where in United States?
I'm in Connecticut, which everyone thinks is New York. I'm in Connecticut. It's next to New York.
Okay.
Next to it.
Yeah. How about you, Queen?
I'm in Canada at the moment.
Canada? What are you doing in Canada? I thought you were in Haiti.
No, I wish.
You end up in Canada? You end up in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
My family came here a while ago.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So now I think you are waiting for me to say something, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna give you the stage.
Yeah. So my name is Yohani Paulo Imani. You can always translate in any language. You're gonna still have something. I think Imani is common name in many languages. Let me kind of hold my microphone. Maybe you can hear me very well. Are you guys able to hear me very well now?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So my name is Yohani Paulo Imani, and I'm talking to you direct from Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, where I came to 3 months ago. It's almost going to be 4 months. I come to this beautiful country to advocate Swahili. And it's been very, very good journey for me to advocate, to explain, and to teach Swahili. So that's pretty much what I want to give you as my little background. I study in US. That's why I was living Washington, D.C. I studied international development and then / Africa. That's why I believe that one unified or working or common language is a key to our unit. Thank you so much again for my hosters. I don't know if I'm gonna be answering your questions or I'm just gonna say everything.
Well, you could have, depending on you, you could say everything, but I was just wondering, how has that transition from America to back to Africa, and have you gotten the Swahili influence to come to the States at all?
Yes, I think it's one of the I don't really know. I will even want to take this moment to warn my fellow African and African diaspora, or those who are called African Pan-African or African nationalists, that whatever you are doing is not going to work. One, because if we don't have a unified language, everything you are doing, you're just wasting your energy. For instance, I know you guys, you've been in AI talking about African or Black People Month, but believing on this, no one is able to catch up with you because they don't speak your language you are speaking. I am a very, very good example here. People don't speak English that much. I mean, like, to be able to talk to you or to hear conversation, many people do not have the ability, and which is good because honestly, they don't need to speak English anyways. And everything you guys are doing is done in English or either in French or some other kind of crazy colonial languages. And we have now come to understand that people don't speak French, people don't speak English in Africa. They don't. Maybe those who are educated, they may have some, they may be able to speak or to understand some of those two languages and Arabic too, but those are not the languages that people speak here. So if you talk about the unifying Africa or developing Africa economically or ending African ethnic conflicts or African countries conflict, without investing in one unified language, obviously the work you are putting out there is just waste of time because we can never unite unless we have a language.
I can actually agree. I could agree with that just because with the question of what you said, me being from Haiti, Creole was created in that manner just so everyone in that time could speak the same language, and that's what a revolution came from. So I agree with you. Have you had great success in pushing Swahili dialect throughout Africa? Have you gotten to educate children in particularly?
Yes, I am doing three things. One is teaching Swahili, which is part of opening schools that would be teaching in Swahili, that teaches Swahili or classes where we let people come in class and learn Swahili. Again, here people don't know anything much about Swahili. And then number two, we are explaining Swahili, which I believe all Africans and African diaspora in Brazil, in the US, in Europe, Asia, everywhere where there is people of descendant of Africa, or they should have the explanation, the definition of Swahili, because a lot of people misunderstand the Swahili language. Some people think it's East Africa language. Some people think, which is false, by the way, because the Swahili goes all the way to Congo and South Africa, so it's not East Africa any longer. It never be anyways. Some people say it's Arabic, which is false because the Swahili is a Bantu language. And some people say Swahili is ethnic language, which is false because there is no ethnic called Swahili. Things like that. So when we do explain about Swahili, we give definition. We tell people the background of Swahili language. Swahili, by the way, is the most spoken language in Africa by many people and by many countries, and is also the most speed growing language in Africa. So yes, here and the last one is to advocate. To advocate is to push governments, people, nations or countries to actually adopt Swahili. When I say to adopt, it means we push people to be able to actually pass the regulations that will be able to adopt Swahili language so Swahili can be taught. So that is what I'm doing here. And the journey to here in Ethiopia is just it's really hard. It's hard work. One, people don't have an idea what it is, so you have to do everything, and you need a lot of resources. There is no books here in Swahili, or possibly there's no books, there's no teachers, there is no journalist, there is nothing to be able to advocate Swahili. Yeah, it has been a little difficult, but so far it seems like you are doing good. On the side of children, we are a partner with other organizations that take care of children from street, and women as well. There is one organization is called Ethiopian family adoption, where they promote adoption, but they also take care of children that are found in the street. We are working with them, and we have another Mesret humanitarian organization which is taking care of ladies with their children. So we are working with them too as well. I think that is what I can answer from your question.
Nice. Is there any, you said something that I was going to ask you, but it's, is there any books you would recommend though? You said there's no books. There's no books you would recommend for someone like myself, you know, to get in, just to get an understanding of Swahili. Like, is there no books at all in Swahili?
No, it's not that there is no books at all in Swahili, but
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
no books here in Ethiopia. So there is
Oh,
Swahili
that's
books
shameful.
all over. Any kind of things you want in Swahili is available. There is apps. There is online YouTube channels that teach Swahili all day long. There is dictionaries. This
Yeah,
is
would
one
you
of
recommend
them.
one?
There's dictionary. It's called the Swahili dictionary. I have books, a lot of books around here that I came with from US. By the way, I did not even get them from other place.
Right.
But if you want books, yes, you can access them. There is even a dictionary PDF on Google, or there is Swahili to English or English to Swahili on
Yeah,
Google.
oh
You
yeah,
can tap
right,
there
right.
and write it. Yeah,
Right, right,
so
right.
yeah,
I
there
heard
is
one.
books,
Yeah.
but in Ethiopia there's no books. There is no Swahili books.
That's crazy. Is
Yes.
there any is with your work and your programming, have you connected in sources to obtain books for Ethiopia?
I didn't hear. Can you repeat your question again
Um,
about?
is there any workings you're doing within what you're saying that is helping to bring books to Ethiopia? Like if as like you're on a system that if anyone can help your plight in sending books, or is that possible?
I don't have anyone who
Okay.
actually can help me on that, but I will love that if there is anyone. We are looking to see how we can talk to or connect with Ethiopia Airline. Maybe they can bring some books for us from Tanzania and Kenya and other countries where they write books or they teach Swahili. But we also are working to see if we can get some donations so we can translate books from Swahili to local languages here. There is a couple or three maybe major languages are spoken by many people. So we are working on that, but still we still need some hands. As I told you, it's like you will leave your home country where you are and come to here to actually advocate Swahili. We are strongly believe in unity of Africa. And if anyone is strongly believe in unity of Africa and developing Africa and bring Africa to be where we're supposed to be, which is to hold the tab on every area, we have to think of a language. It's pretty much uniting Africa or plus the African diaspora is like to uniting one marriage. If you want to unite or you want to create a marriage between two people, you must have a language of communication. And the same way here in Africa, we have to have a language that our unity will be working on, which we don't have for now. So that's why we are pushing Swahili to be able to bring the unity in presence.
When you said come here, if you would come here, it's funny because I my the foundation that we work with in Haiti has even spoke. We have Creole. Creole was created exactly what you're talking about, but the conversation of even bringing Swahili because it should be a national language is even being spoken about in Haiti. So that's why I
Yeah,
asked where your reach has gone because this is I've heard this conversation.
Yeah, it's sadly and unfortunately our founders of Pan-African founders, they did not really put more efforts on language, which actually even now we are not doing either. When it comes to investment, we always invest in natural resources, in people, education, uh, everything around real estate now is something people are doing a lot of real estate here in Africa, but we are not promoting one language, which is the most of top failure we African has done when it comes to uniting Africa. Because believe me or not, one, we cannot use colonial language. That is not going to happen to unite Africa. That means we can use English or French or Spanish or Portuguese. Doesn't matter what. That is not gonna work because it's gonna have a lot of opposition anyways. We cannot also use ethnic languages. We have a lot of more than 3,000, maybe 3,300 ethnic languages in Africa. Here in Ethiopia, it's just 83, and Kenya, I think, is 46 or something. Tanzania 125, and Nigeria 250, and so on. So we can use those languages because they are ethnic languages. There is no way you can actually be able to use ethnic language to use as official or unified language for Africa, because it's going to create more conflict and more fighting. So language is a key. This week we are finishing. There was the Battle of Adwa, and when you look, the whole reason why people were able to overcome and fight and defeat Italians, it is because there was a language, there was a sense of unity. People were unified. They had a communication. Someone can talk to someone and say, "Hey, you know what? This is what we need to do." But if there were many other languages around, people cannot communicate, they were not going to be able to defeat Italians. So language is a key or backbone to the unity of country or families or organization or religion, anything. You can look the history of religions. For instance, the Romans, they used the Italian or Latin, pardon, to actually promote Roman Catholic. Muslim use the Arabic. Even now, I'm talking to you. If you wanna join Muslim, you definitely have to pass the Arabic requirement. The Orthodox Church here, they use the Ge'ez, is the language that promotes the Orthodox Church. That's for the religions. Now, when it comes to the nations, as you can see, Chinese are really growing very quickly by developing their language. Everywhere they go, they teach their language. They invest a lot of money in Mandarin. Everywhere you meet Chinese, they don't speak any other language except the Mandarin language. And they also, everything here too, everything they put on advertising is done in their language, because they are developing that is key to the kind of conquering. When it comes to English, the money British government invests in English in Tanzania is the top money they actually put in Tanzania than the money they give in medical, in education, in any other area of helping. So and you can even see here the embassy of British here. That's where they teach English. But sadly, our countries are not taking that. The embassy of Tanzania, they are not teaching English here. No, they are not teaching Swahili here. They don't have anything. They don't even have a kindergarten. The embassy of Kenya here is well common and well known here. With a lot of Kenyans in Ethiopia, but they don't have even a share is kindergarten. So yes, we have to have a language. Otherwise, we need to stop everything we are doing and just forget about the unity of Africa. Forget about developing Africa. Forget about all those Pan-African, Africa Unite things. We talk about Black Power, African nationalists. Put that in trash. If we're not really ready to actually invest in a language to actually be able to bring our unity. Because even if we unite today, I grant you, if we unite Kenya and Ethiopia and Ghana and Nigeria and Botswana and Namibia, now more than 1 year, that unity will break off because we don't have anything toward the unity. In language, the only thing we can have toward the unity of Africa. For instance, other places, they are united under religion, as I said. They are united under culture. They have same culture, they have same religion, maybe they have same history or traditionals. We African, we don't have any of those. We don't have the same history. We don't have the same culture. We don't have the same religion. We have all religions, so we cannot actually we cannot unite without having a language. I think that is what I can possibly say. But again, I call to everyone who's listening. If you speak Swahili, you must teach Swahili. If you don't speak Swahili, learn Swahili. Is the easiest language to learn. You should be able to actually learn the language and be able to. It takes European people who don't speak any African language. It takes them 3 months. So if you speak an African language, then it's gonna take you less than 3 months because Swahili is a combination of other languages from all over Africa and some Asian languages. I'm on live.
Oh, that was amazing. You're so I
Yes.
can and I agree. You're that I really do agree with a lot of what you're saying, and I I just agree. My again, Creole was created and just to unify the people that were there because they all spoke different tongues. So to unify everyone there, Creole was created, which was a pull from um, Polish, French, Spanish, this and that, but it created a one unified language that the oppressor didn't understand that caused they had a unified spirituality and a unified language. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
one thing I wanna kind of highlight is that people who, when we talk about Swahili, we're not saying that you're gonna have to drop your mother tongue languages
Yeah,
and
right.
then
No.
come on board
Yeah.
with Swahili. No, actually, most of African languages are they are the mother of Swahili. In other words, Swahili was driven from Zulu, from Yoruba, from Hausa, from Kikongo, from Oromo, from all those languages brings together, and then we have Swahili. So when you learn Swahili, you actually learning other African languages as well. So the Swahili is not opposing or against other African languages.
Yeah. Oh, this was brilliant. This was amazing time. Is there any more in closing you would like to tell the community, or is there a way we can reach you if you need help, or because this is you between you and Dr. Mola, I think you both are on a right path of getting some type of unified language. So, is there a way people can connect if they want to help or interested?
Yes, definitely. You can connect to my email is Swahili for Africa, which is number 4. But also you can find me on YouTube, Swahili for Africa, Africa with a K. I don't know if my number is in here in Ethiopia is plus 251 927 48 3357. So plus 251 927 48 3357. So if anyone wanna call me and we need your help, we need your assistance. We are looking for a lot of things need to be done. We need to establish a lot of schools. We need to establish a lot of Swahili stations. We need to translate many books, as much as we can. So yeah, definitely we need your help.
Most definitely. It was great having you, and I thank you so much for being here.
You
I
are
think you're
welcome.
right. I think you're
Yeah,
spot
thank you.
on. You're both spot on. But
Yeah, thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful morning. I think where you are is in the morning. Here is
yes, it
real.
is. I was just gonna say that's why I was like happy good morning, good evening, and good afternoon because I don't know where everybody is, but it is
Yes,
morning for us.
here is really around in 8:30 or 9, around 9 p.m. Yeah,
Oh, at
so
night.
yeah, for that, I just want to say one word in Swahili, which is kwaheri. Kwaheri means I will see you again or goodbye.
Kwaheri.
Yes, kwaheri. Okay,
Kwaheri.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for
Thank
joining me.
you.
My name is Yohani Paulo Imani, mzalendo, mwana mapinduzi, mtetezi, mkereketwa, pia mwanaharakati wa lugha ya Kiswahili in Swahili, which means I'm a freedom fighter, I'm a patriotic Africanist, but I'm also Swahili advocate in Ethiopia and Africa. Bye bye.
Oh, I need to learn all that. Okay. It sounds beautiful. I need to learn all of that. Bye. Take
All
care.
right, all right. Ciao now.
Bye bye. That was amazing
For sure.
and very true. I would love to learn
I
Swahili.
believe that right now we're gonna play a clip,
Okay.
just for a little bit.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see if I can.
The one today we want to play? Or
Yeah.
same?
Djembe, and yeah, I'm gonna play it for African History Month. But before I play it, I just wanted to kind of explain what it is. So, the djembe, for those of you who may not know, it dates back to the Mali Empire, going back to 1200 AD. So, the history behind this drum is almost a thousand years. So, 800 to 1,000 years. Yeah. So, and what's one thing that's interesting about this drum is I heard a story from a djembe player from Sierra Leone. He said that during the transatlantic slave trade, a lot of Africans played djembe in a village to warn other Africans to avoid slave catchers who were catching people from, you know, from the interior to march them to the coast and then send them to cross the Atlantic Ocean during the transatlantic slave trade. So, as someone who's African American, that story like really resonated with me because, especially the story that we're told here in the West, people of African descent, those of us who are descendants of the slave trade, were not told our real history before slavery. Like, we're always told that our history started with slavery and then just went forward, which is a very Eurocentric way of looking at our history, because Black history, the history of people of African descent, goes back before slavery, before colonization, and it's still going on. So to reduce our history to just slavery is a disrespect to who we are as a people and our ancestors who came before us. So for me, this drum is really special because it's a way to honor my pre-slavery African heritage and keep it. So I'm sure some of y'all know the phrase Sankofa, go back and get it, go back and fetch. So for me, playing djembe is a way to live up to the principle of Sankofa. So go back and get it. Another interesting thing about the djembe is the president of Guinea, Ahmed Sékou Touré. He had funded African ballets to basically play in Europe and the West, and that's how djembe spread from West Africa to pretty much the world. And it also went into African American dance and drum circles, and there was a African American, I believe he was a drummer or musician, and he was the one who suggested adding this like rope tuning system to help to keep the drum tight, because previously the djembe was tuned a different way. It wasn't tuned just with ropes; it was tuned a little bit differently. So there is a rich African diasporic history with djembe, and that's how I was a djembe was in black events here in the San Francisco Bay Area in California. Um, in this specific drum here, I'll raise it up again. This specific drum I got from a company called African Drum Factory. Big shout out to them. Brother Maxwell did a good job. They're based in Ghana. This wood is from Senegal's Lenke wood, and I've heard really good things about Lenke wood because it's like the best quality wood for djembes, and there's a whole like blacksmithing tradition in West Africa that goes back to like I think 1500 BC around there, um, where a lot of their blacksmiths are known for being mystics and putting kind of magic or mysticism into their metalworking. So that also includes their swords. So I've heard that Lenke is supposed to be considered the best wood because it's supposed to have like be imbued with special like mystical powers or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but this Lenke wood sounds amazing. So, and I love that he put since this is Senegalese Lenke, he put the colors of the Senegalese flag. So, green, yellow, and red, which not just these aren't just Senegalese flag colors, but they're colors of multiple African flags. So, anyway, that's enough of me talking. I'm going to play kind of three rhythms. So the first one is going to be kind of like a bluesy sort of rhythm called Takamba from Mali. And if you look at a lot of African American music like blues and jazz, especially blues, it traces back to West Africa. So that's part of the reason why I'm playing Takamba. And before I forget, like djembe is played, even though it originated in the Mali Empire, it's played well throughout West Africa and now throughout the African continent. Now it's like a standard African instrument. But so I'm gonna play Takamba, then I'm gonna play Fonga, which is a welcoming rhythm originated in Liberia, and then I'm going to jam. So anyway, enjoy.
Good evening, everyone. Greetings and welcome. Or if you're only now joining the African History Month Conference, second round, very special welcome to you. My name is Na Amelia Santiamar. I am the country representative for the Global Pan-Africanism Network Ghana chapter, and we are now going to have a discussion about the fact that today marks the 64th year of independence for Ghana, and looking at what actually does for Ghana and for Africa. So bear with me. There's a number of us to take part in this. A number of us to take part in this discussion. But thank you for tuning in so far. That was an amazing performance by brother Adam on the djembe drums. So it was good to be able to catch that. There are a lot of us in this discussion. So without further ado, the general question is today, 6th March 2021, 64 years of independence from British colonial rule. What does independence mean to you for Ghana and for the rest of Africa? Dr. Julius, if I can ask you for your view first, and given the number of us, I'm going to be strict. If we can keep our time to around 3 minutes, that'd be really helpful. But please do unmute yourself and share with our viewers what your view is on the practicality of independence for Ghana and the rest of Africa.
Well, thank you. Good evening. It's a joy seeing everybody, especially you. I haven't seen you in a while now. Well, straight to the question, independence. So my juxtaposition is it interdependent or independent? I think that in the quest for independence, those who led us into independence, in one way or the other, there was a fault line. Instead of looking for interdependency in Africa or in African quest for freedom, they rather sought for independence, where everybody will be in his or her cocoon, or in those days in his cocoon. So Nkrumah was in Ghana, so Tafawa Balewa of Nigeria, and the names can go on, Julius Nyerere in Tanzania. So for me, it was needful that they went in for interdependent and not independent. But the other related question is, how is it important? What is significant? So the yoke and the burden of slavery and its twin colonialism. Slavery was just a trick of, a transformation of the slave state to colonialism. Colonialism is about labor, it's about embedding, re-engineering the slave activity to a different form. So they are one and the same. It's just that it's a different paradigm in terms of structure of thinking, as Kunt will put it. So for me, we needed to get out. Hitherto, we can argue that, or pre-position the argument that the African is not the only group of people that have been, bereaved with the burden and the yoke of enslavement. The Europeans themselves started enslaving themselves. Hitherto, they started, colonizing themselves. And this is what you see in, for example, the quest of the Irish border between Britain and the Irish. Britain being a Protestant nation, the Irish being a Catholic nation. So yeah, they have enslaved themselves, they have colonized themselves. And the practice that they did over the years is what they would transport into Africa, Latin America, and Asia, and wherever they they, you know, hegemonically wanted to control its resources, its people. So the underlining factor or the underpinning factor is for us to, for those days, those who were in the helm of affair and in the quest for independence, their argument was that we needed to shield off these two yokes, enslavement and the colonial burden. As it has been written in the literature, the white man's burden. The white man felt that he had a burden. He needed to civilize us, what the French would call mentality primitive, or what the English would call civilizing mission. So they claimed that they had a mission. And in the second phase of enslavement, which was colonialism, they said that they had actually come to atone for the sins of their forebears, and that their forebears had enslaved our forebears, and they were coming to atone for it. But the question is, did they atone for it, or they worsen our plight? That was a dilemma, and that was the quest of the day in terms of you know, demanding for freedom and demanding for independence. And to tie it up, how is it relevant to us or to the average person on the street? Very, very important. We can't be a people who are, you know, in the quagmire of, you know, being hewers of wood and drawers of water. We serve the entire world in terms of labor, in terms of human resources, in terms of everything. If you look into the history of NASA, it is only the Ghanaian who was able to think that every rocket can be placed and positioned on the moon at 90 degrees. This is a Ghanaian thinking. It didn't take the white man. You must also, in terms of contribution, in terms of invention, we've done it all. But the question is, what is the wealth of our being and becoming as a people in this king, which seems to be imprisonment for us? All right.
Wow.
So that is just my base. All right.
Thank you so much, Brother Julius. I know there's much to say, and there are many more of us to share. But one of the important, not the only, but one of the really important things I take from what you said is how we make this, as in Pan-Africanism and independence, how do we make it real, actually mean something to, as we say, either the lay person or the common person on the street. So I want to highlight that. So thank you very much. Brother George, please do unmute yourself and let us know what independence to you, what does that look like, or what does it mean for Ghana and Africa? Okay, let me help you. One moment. Yes, please go ahead, Brother George. We should be.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I think my brother, Dr. Koto Julius, did very well on the subject. To us, being the youth, when we speak of independence, I will take it from the perspective from the one who championed our independence, how he saw the independence of the Ghanaians, and for that matter, how he had wanted to extend it to the whole of Africa. And to me, when I look at the characteristics that Dr. Nkrumah exhibited during his time, even though I didn't meet him, but the little history that we've done so far, if all that is being said about him is true, then I think like being independent to we Africans, it was a time that we have to come to the realization that we have to take autonomy of our economy, a time where we have to exploit both our human resources and natural resources to the benefit of our own community. That is how I see independence to be, that it was a time that we have to, develop our society, that we can all have a dignified life to live, but not to the few people who find themselves on the top, and they don't even really care that they take our natural resources and then they sell it at an amount that is unimaginable to outsiders. But because they are able to dip their hand into the chunk of whatever that comes into and then allocate it into their pocket, they don't really feel what we, the youth, we go through. So to me, independence to Ghana and for that matter to Africa, it means that like by now, 64 years on, by now, the youth of Ghana and maybe for that matter, Africa, we shouldn't be looking for opportunities elsewhere because as Dr. Kutu said, we have all that it takes to make it. Both natural resources and then human resources. What don't we have as Ghanaians or what don't we have as Africans? We have everything to make it because without the continent of Africa, I believe that the whole world will shackle because whatever the whole world is using is coming from Africa. But let us compare Africa as a continent, or if we should narrow it to Ghana, that despite all that we have, yet things are not going on well. Because when you go to other parts of the world, where virtually what they have as their natural resources to depend on is very little, but you could see how they've been able to, advance. And somebody will talk about this and narrate that we're colonized and we're doing whatever, but I personally believe 64 years after independence, we have come a long way to do something for ourselves because it is never my fault if I am born into a poor family, but it is my fault if I grow up in that poor family and I don't do anything about my situation and to come out of poverty and I die in poverty. That is my fault. So it is never our fault that they colonize us, but we have come to the realization and we have gained independence. What have we done as an independent country over the period of 64 years to help our nation? Because I believe that just as Dr. Akoto said, other nations too were colonized, and if we should compare Ghana to Malaysia, that is said that we all had independence on the same day. You could see that they have been able to make good use of both their natural resources and human resources, and they are doing well. And if Ghana, we had been able to do so, then definitely Ghana would have been a nation that we will all be happy to live in. But as it states now, that is not really the situation because day in and day out, matters seems to be getting worse because it's one government after the other. They come and promise a whole lot of things. But when you even change, the one who comes, what do? They do worse things. I see. So it is about time that we, the youth ourselves, we hold our leaders accountable and then we take the bull by the horn and fight for that kind of economic freedom that we had wanted. A nation where we can have a job for everybody to do, where we can have social amenities for everybody to use, a nation where everybody can just live a dignified life for everyone. That is the kind of that is the meaning that I suppose that independence must be to we Ghanaians and for that matter as Africans. Thank you very much for the opportunity. This is what I can say so far about that. I don't know where the feedback is coming from. Is it
Yes,
from my
indeed.
end?
No, I don't think it's from your end. If you're not speaking, please make sure that your sound is muted so we can minimize or avoid the feedback. Thank you. Thank you very much, Brother George. I'm still hearing it. Please bear with us, audience. Yeah. Thank you very much, Brother George. one, because we don't have time, but one of the really important things that I take from what you just said is the difference between fault and blame and self-responsibility. Absolutely right. It's not necessarily our doing that you could say we were dealt, if you like, dealt a certain hand of cards, or found ourselves in the circumstances we were in. Some people will be able to show cause and effect, or they think, but the point is, it is our responsibility as to how things move forward. That point was powerfully made, and it's very true. Nobody's going to come and do anything for us. We need to do it for ourselves. So thank you very much for making that point, amongst others, Brother George. Brother Ignatius, would you mind, let me unmute you, and please do share with us what your views are on what independence really means today, at least from your perspective, for Ghana and for Africa.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Ignatius Akresi Japan. I'm a youth advocate. Well, we should talk about the independence of Ghana. Yeah, it's not for only Ghana, it's for the whole Africa. And Ghana got an independence, I think 64 years now. But if we should talk about the independence that Ghana have gotten, it's meaningless, as Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said earlier on, because we need to link up, and we need the total liberation of Africa. And I think we've not gotten that thing yet, so we're still lacking behind. So Ghana, the independence that we are celebrating, if I should talk much about it, it's not worth or worthy for me. Yeah, thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you. Things move by rather slow. Thank you very much, Brother Ignatius. Yeah, there's more than one side to everything. I don't necessarily think that anybody on the platform would sit here and say that everything is rosy. Some progress has been made. There's still a long way to go for some.
Yeah,
there's a bit more of a way to go for others. So
Ghana, yeah, Africa, the world has gone beyond what you are seeing. So we need to set up.
We need to
the
sit
world
up.
has gone
As in,
beyond. Yeah, the world has gone beyond what we are going through as an Africans. So as a youth, yeah, we need to focus, and we need to change that dimension, the ideology. We need to change it.
Okay, thank you very much. Definitely a lot is coming up. You're sharing, and we're hearing on the platform from the comments that, yeah, the youth, it's like the youth need a lot, if you like. Some would say that the youth have been failed, but it looks like responsibility is also placed on the youth to be the ones, who knows, maybe because they're fresher, or they have different perspectives, but a call to them to be the ones to rise up. But I would say accountability does not depend on age. Every single individual person has every single individual person who has any kind of interest in our people, be it in Ghana, be it in across Africa, doing well, then we each have self-responsibility to do whatever we can to further that cause. So thank you very much. We are at about time. I thank everyone for tuning in. What I would add is that, like I said already, we we have pros and cons, or some positive aspects and some negative aspects of independence. What I see is that we're still in a position where independence is it's more seen on paper than it is lived practically. Independence looks to be independence because the people involved in the system look like you and I. But the true authority is not being wielded from the people that look like you and I. And when it is, then examples are made of those people. My one call to all of us as Africans, as Ghanaians, as Africans, is that especially those who commend, you know, in any way praise, I guess, Ghana for getting to where it is, directly or indirectly because of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, we mustn't forget what he started. He had a phenomenal backing of the women behind him. They were his backbone. They were his foundation. And we don't hear spoken about much about the mother of the late great Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Elizabeth Nyaniba. We don't hear much about her, but we know the saying, behind every man or a successful man is a successful woman, but the mother in particular. And it is said that, number one, a nation can rise no higher than its women. We also have let me call it an African proverb, because it's in more than one country, that when you educate a man, you educate an individual. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. This does not mean that no care, no responsibility, no love, appreciation is allocated to our men. What it does mean is that our motherlands, so each and every nation on the motherland and the children of the motherland, we cannot thrive. We cannot do well if the ones responsible for multiplying, whether it's children, whether it's land, if we are not doing well. So that is my call to us as Africans. If we can take the example from Rwanda, who still have, I think, the world's leader in having the largest number of women in parliament. So in their highest decision-making system, the majority of the women are there, so that they can have a much more applicable decision-making system, something that really applies to all the citizens. So let's be encouraged, and let's look to what's working across our fellow nations, and not always think to craft and create something new. So thank you very much. I'm just checking I have not missed anybody. No, I think after us is coming that we should be being entertained by a number of Zimbabwean artists. Sister Deborah, I'm not sure if they are with us at the moment. Otherwise, we can take any questions from the floor. We do have one. It's okay, Sister Deborah. Okay, thank you for confirming. We have a last. I think we have a last guest.
That is the gentleman mentioned.
I'm trying to. Yes, Brother Michael, can you hear me? Brother Michael, can you hear me? Maybe not. Okay.
Yes, well, I do hear you.
You can't.
Sorry.
Fantastic. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. We are just wrapping up this section on. But yeah, can you tell the viewers what's your view on Ghana's independence that we're marking today? What does it mean for Ghana and for Africa in your view?
Well, yeah, greetings from my end, and very sorry I came in late. But seriously, get the independence of Ghana was actually marked to be the hope of Africa. When looking at the black star in the middle of our flag, people denote that to be the hope of Africa. But if you ask us today, are we still the hope of Africa? At at where I sit, I would say no, but there's a work to do. So obviously we can still come back to be the hope of Africa. There's this song that I would love to quote. Oh, I've forgotten the singer, but emancipating yourself from mental slavery. You get it?
Yes. Bob
How
Marley.
how thank you. How do we do that? It's by believing in ourselves. We've been brainwashed in a way that we don't believe in ourselves. As in, we can't do it. We can't bring the joy we hope for. So, as we are marking today, 64 years is quite a lot. So, we can still change. My short message is that the independence is just a call on us to change. We ought to change our ways to make Africa and Ghana being the hope of Africa to make Africa a very good and a well-to-live home. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was an awesome platform and conversation. Is it still going for the conversation, or we have an artist? That was amazing, your conversation, guys.
Oh, we still have time to
Thank
talk?
you. No, I think.
Yeah, you were doing amazing. Your conversation was amazing.
Thank you, sister. Um, it's one of the things that, well, some people will say that, talk is cheap or we don't do it often enough, but I think it is necessary for us to examine ourselves. You can't take self-responsibility if you don't take an honest look at what it is that you're creating. And we can blame until the cows come home, but it's not going to get us anywhere, So, I mean, do you, from your perspective, do you have any view on what Ghana's independence means for us as African people across the globe or for Africa?
So I do, but I would say it in a way that would constitute us all as a diaspora.
Okay.
I have a great mentor that she's kind of brainwashed this poem into me. I'm just gonna pull it up for you right now, and you'll understand what I mean by it. The poem was actually written by Amanhotep. Um, and of course, every time I have it and I need it, it's right there. But of course, I need it now. Here we go. So listen to this, and it will kind of make you see how I think of it. It goes freedom, like a question, and it goes. Our first mistake was that we thought of freedom as a place rather than a continuation of a struggle. Tyranny never sleeps. Our second mistake is that we thought of freedom as a goal rather than a launching pad to reach our goals. Without purpose, freedom hardly ever matters. Our third mistake was that we thought of freedom made us free, but that's license, not freedom at all. Freedom is being shackled to identity, purpose, and direction, and being in constant pursuit. So if we understand, and coming from so many different not revelations, but fights and this and that, but were we ever truly really free throughout? We all have made some very great accomplishments, but just for us now, how do we continue a fight of freedom, a fight of liberty, without just being okay with being licensed? Because then it just means we haven't got through what our ancestors have done for us before, if that makes sense. That's how I see it.
I believe with all of that being said, we just want to thank everybody who was here in this segment. Once again, we just want to thank all of you guys for being here. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next section, which is us introducing the Zimbabwe artists.
Yes. I had to go move my stuff to find this. Is he with us?
Yes, they are right here.
Yes, they are. So we Zimbabwe artists. Okay. Just see their names.
Oh, they were here. Like, just give us 1 second.
One more second.
Yeah, we might as well just shout out our sponsors in the meantime.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
So again, thank you guys for being here in the second segment of the African History Month. Today we are celebrating arts, culture, and African languages. We just had the Ghana team talk about Ghanaian independence, what that means to all of Africa. But before we get started, we're just going to go ahead and say thank you to our sponsors.
So we definitely say thank you to Nakia TV. Okay, and then we also have Zimbabwe National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC TV1. We have Astori Real Estate, and we have the Council of the Ethiopian Diaspora Act, CEDA. We also have 2863 Crib Zimbabwe Media and Agmon Studios in Zimbabwe. We thank you and for being a wonderful sponsor to us. And then we also thank your audience. Give us questions. We're looking at the comments. And have we found our next artist? We're just seeing if he's in with us today. This is him.
I believe that they're waiting a bit in the background. But again, thank you. This is actually Zimbabwe. So one of our sponsors are from Zimbabwe, and we have people performing from Zimbabwe. So this is really interesting.
I like the music. Today's music has been like really nice. I'm sitting here jamming.
So we're just gonna go ahead and add them to the stream.
Yeah, is that them right there? Okay. Yeah. Hello, guys.
Hello, how are you?
Great to meet you. We thank you for being here, and we'll leave the stage to you.
And thank you for inviting me.
Of course.
So I'm a DK once, a Zimbabwean sheriff. You can see the head. I'm from the country of Zimbabwe, and I've got 4 of our artists with me. I got Eminent Flows, I got Doc Simba, I got Trim Beats, And at my brother, a whole lot of them were in media house, and we call ourselves the Nation 2063 Club. If we had time, we might have started by singing our national anthem, but still United States of Africa. So the first artist will be Eminent Flows. He's a hip hop artist, some big bad upcoming artist. So my DJ will play the instruments, and Eminent Flow will take the stage. My DJ.
Play music.
Yeah. And I know you're next to me, I was there. Can I tell you what I feel? I feel. I feel. Black beard, they be putting in slavery. Black man, they be running with the memories. Black tie for the black dude, cosplays, nice black shines in the light blue, cosplays, not with the base, for the light, they be put it up. Give it out for the memories. Give it up to the heroes that died to live. Give it out to all the dead that are seeking for the energy, call for the enemy. Run back, they be run back. Coming home in full force of concave, but I'm getting out the color here. Cook and stare. They don't try to share. Oh, they let them try to walk in my toes and I'm walking. Or we put a dream that'll come true. Ooh, yeah. She's so bright like a Mary Jane. Boy, she did work there, Cardi James. I would give it just the same. People looking with it, what am I? She's so pretty every way she is. Look how walk away when she did. She no come on now, couple of the day. Man after hide in my CDs. Don't you see me encouraged? Don't you wanna see me out? I don't wanna fly away. Don't you get me encouraged? Don't you get me encouraged? I wanna fly high. I can't get me encouraged. Don't you get me encouraged? Don't you get me encouraged? I just wanna fly away. I just wanna go away. I just wanna fly away. I just wanna go away. Next to me, always been. Can I tell you what I feel inside? I feel free. I feel free. Cause I'm a black girl. All day I'm shining. Walk with my toes when I'm walking. Always for a dream that will come true. Yeah. She's so bright like a pretty jet. Where she did walk, they be content. No deeper, just the same. People looking for the corner. She's so pretty the way she is. Look, I walk away when she is. She don't come on like a couple of city. Man after hard in my cities. Black play, don't you give me encouraged. Don't you wanna send me off? I just wanna fly away. Don't you get me encouraged? Don't you get me encouraged? I wanna fly high. I can't get me encouraged. Don't you get me encouraged? Don't you get me? I just wanna fly away. Yeah. Eminem Flows is the name. Yeah. Nigga, punish you for culture. Saga one is what you know there. Don't get slowly, don't get sick, and I know. Punish don't know there. She got anything, she got all people know there. Don't get created. Some of them guys will change. When you walk up, Papa culture. Suicide. I'm God's name on suicide. My bitch ain't no suicide. That I'm God's name on suicide. Little suicide. Suicide. The guy pain, no pain.
Yeah. Celebrating the life of the people. So take away pain, no pain, pain. So take away pain, no pain. So take away pain, no pain. Are you ready to go? You'll be running from the devil on your way like he was vomiting you. All the laughing on your peril, he was spending it on. But in your back and your phone like you ain't no more. Gotta divide it then, for them back. Yeah, gotta go, what it was, bird. Yeah, why be me? I forget. All let me feel it in my heart. So take away pain. No lies. Take away pain. So take away pain. No lies. Take away pain. Lost in my hand. Why is you not go, sir? So I want to let you know there. I'm not sure, I'm not sick. Sing it, sing around, but no care. Look at creative. Some of them got the charity. When you are like a coach, suicide. That I'm about to say, suicide. Why PG, no, suicide. That I'm about to say, suicide. Ooh. Yeah. Evident Flows is the name. We made to always the trade. She sweet, just like this I thought. She grew, ooh, meant to deliver. Trust no strength, on the strength. Yeah, you need to be coming from above. All in my look is pushing like a dove. It's a day if you're getting in love. Run to the person and shine from above. Face time when I saw you, couldn't feel what I felt. I remember when I met you. I could tell you my heart. You look perfect for me. I could see on the verse. You don't love about me. Remaining where I come to you. And I'm dissing you and decision. Sagakarani. But do the body. Say more than the many. Would you come to body? Remaining where I come to you. And I'm dissing you and decision. Sagakarani. But do the body. Say more than the many. Would you come to body? Yeah, it's your boy Evident Flows. I'm from Zimbabwe. Yeah.
So this is how we do it hip hop in Zimbabwe. So the next artist goes by the name Dog Simbo, but he is not Simbo. He is never Simbo. So he got Jimbos too. So Dog Simbo, as he link up on the stage, get ready for some good Afro pop by DJ.
No. Uchitolida, asuchitama iwe. Nisianga pela unichipata iwe. I bet you do this, the one night you call my own. How would you do this, Why don't need up, she don't need up, never let me know, don't call me, baby. I didn't never turn this up. Why don't need up, she don't need up, never, never let me go. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, hey, oh, oh, oh. Yeah, hey, oh, oh, oh. You're my guy, just simple. Don't take love, searching with you is simple. I wanna rock the people of the sea. I wanna get joy from my tradition. It could get simple. I say I'm just like that, but I'm big man. Can I go down to you? They won't know to do the Aditya kutwende zako waite unaonira chiti utanira never never let me go. Aditya kutwende zako waite unaonira chiti utanira never never let me go. Now go, pick and go. It's a little bit crazy, babe. You love you, treat me so. I'm a little bit crazy. Just a child, any night I get you don't know me. I'm in trouble with the circle. Wait, don't know it. She don't tell me that. Never, never let me go. Don't do me. I'm in trouble with the circle. Wait, don't know it. She don't tell me that. Never, never let me go. I'm in trouble with the circle. Wait, don't know it. She don't tell me that. Never, never let me go.
It's your boy, John Simple.
No Ngoma yekwenu, yaya ngoma yekwenu. Inoti pangu pangu ishitengedengede ngoma. Ngoma yekwenu, hii ndio ngoma yekwenu. Usalipeleke kanitambe kwenu. Kapuna kwedu, kumusha kwedu, patina tamba, itirita roba. Kapuna kwedu, kumusha kwedu, patina fara, iwe uta goma. I've been searching for this true African beat. Somebody help me sing it. Somebody help me dance. Shake it to the left, shake it to the right. No, no, no. Come dance with me. It's gonna be you and me. Feel the drum beat, baby. Na punga como shine. Hey, feel the drum beat, baby. Na punga como shine. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. There was just some technical difficulties there, I guess, too. But I was jamming again.
Yeah, no,
Great.
it was
Great.
beautiful. Didn't understand what they were saying, but I felt the lyrics, you know, I
Yes.
felt the music, and that's
Yes.
amazing
Yes.
to know that
Um,
all of us have similarities in how we sing and dance.
it's true. It's true. It's true. So I just want to say were we supposed to have one more speaker that I was saying? But
Yeah.
I don't see the extra though. I just got
I think we're waiting on
there.
him. We're just
Yep.
gonna wait
Is
a
that
little
that just
bit.
one?
No,
Well,
no.
again, while we wait, thank you to our sponsors, Tunakia TV, Chi TV, Zimbabwe National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC TV1, Asori Real Estate, the Council of Ethiopian Diaspora Act, the 2863 Crib Zimbabwe Media, and the Ngoma Studios in Zimbabwe. And as
Zambia.
well, you love me, I know. I get better. You love me, I know. Oh, is that? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 18%. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. They told you you weren't good enough. They all say you don't have what it takes. Hey. They told you you weren't good enough. And they all say you don't have what it takes. Hey. Boy, no shadona. Uri moto wakabaka. Boy, no shadona. Uri moto wakabaka. So come, let's go. To the left, to the right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. Thomas, let's go. To the left, to the right. To the left, to the right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. Angalia patata, chenja kao. Upenyu uchingomona mona uchizungaira uchitendera. Zvaingova zvekunonga-nonga. Hapana aiziva kushava mangwana. Ivoreviti yemishanu napana. Notiparira panze. Topsiona. Wakamba wakabata. Urikoto wakabaka. Let them sing la 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 la. I can go chadona. Wakamba wakabata. Urikoto wakabaka. Let them sing la 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 la. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. Someone's on the let's go. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see your hands up. Left to the right. So that's a joke simple and straight out of Zimbabwe. As in one big fat Afro pop artist. We are sorry for some problems with our network. So the next artist is a producer, a vis-a-vis artist by the name Atrini Beats, a link of breeder. And so you will perform his three songs, namely Power, Giroto, and Superwoman. I love from Zimbabwe.
Hello.
My name is Trini Beats. I'm a rapper, I'm a producer, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, and I do a lot of stuff in the arts industry. And I'm here just celebrating Black Parliament, Black history of Black culture. So this first song, it's actually a new song. So pardon me, I'm not quite still, with the lyrics. So I'll just.
Beacons music.
Yo, shout out District 40. Yeah. 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 1784, rest in peace, very swiftly. Black premium poetry, give up to black history. We are the settlers defined for black victory. But never where we going. 1960, cream with the dream. Zora, yes, Tom, thank you for making films. We lost a lot, but we still got that power. Yes, we gotta fight to the last hour. And yes, does it. MC, yes, so. But I die, please, I'ma need you on my show. MJ, I miss you, you can raise the voice. Robert Mugabe, you a king, and Nelson Mandela. Kill them overseer, long as a tender. I'm the next top coming from my Rondellas. Proud of my skin, just I can't say whatever. Making sure that does the action get it. I'm proud of my melanin. Celebrating my black skin. This power lasts forever. From Cape Town, Cairo, Africa. Yeah. We are the power. We are the power. We are the power. This power lasts forever. We are the power. We are the power. We are the power. I know what the current verse sings, Maya Angelou. Still they think we can't sing, but I feel it though. Then I never thought one day take a titty ball. But when you got a Marcus Gabi, I will lose a hope. I pull on my boat, playlist and vibing to Nina Simone. Give you the ear and you're gonna be strong. But there's no reason to be carrying strong. Then your guy got the white taking slaves from Ethiopia. I'm listening to black child because he a warrior. I ain't taking no more N-word, man. I hate the hate speech. I am from the correct playing failure. God bless Africa, a couple more times. God bless Africa and put it more shine. God bless Africa and save it from crime. God bless Africa. See the one of our I'm proud of my melanin. Celebrate my black skin. This power lasts forever. Yeah. From Cape Town, Cairo, from Africa. Yeah. We are the power. We are the power. Yeah. Shout out Zimbabwe, shout out Botswana, shout out Ghana, shout out Nigeria, shout out to every African country. Yeah. I got the bottom moyo, proud to say I'm loyal. I'm mature, I've never been with a girl one on the dance floor. Voice naturally magical, cut that tongue up. No boss, yeah, put it up, bro. Man, I'm proud to be up from the stop, bro. Girl, I want you so bad. But the Akomuna, I wanna stand up. Yeah. I'm falling in love with you. So don't display. Yeah. I believe my whole life with you. Cause she is my baby. I must say she is a superman. And she is my baby. I must say she is a superman. Move to the left and shake it. Come back to the right and break it. Turn around my baby and break it. Find your baby confident. Move to the left. Yeah. Come back to the right. Yeah. Got my heart to body. Yeah. Take it. Take it away, the confident. You are a superman. I wanna be a family man to you. What they can take When it comes to you, I'm gonna be there one for you. I'm gonna get home fight you. And we'll be in one nice mood, not for the day. I'll be very active mood. It's only you I'm gonna choose. Hey, that body is a man never really go. Girl, I can tell you love this every my girl. I wanna make you know. So, as long as I cool, I love you from your head to toe. That's how we go. We did. Hey, hey. Shout out to my face. Shout out to District Posse. Shout out to King Music. Shout out to Anger Managers. So this song that I played for you right here is a shorter song. It's called Giroto, and in our country, Giroto translates to dreams, and it's just a song about how I feel when I dream about my girlfriend, when I dream about her. So yeah, just listen to this piece, man. Music classic. Akashika chisekere maziso ake achipenyere. Yeah, I feel high, I feel fire. Yeah, I'm loving this right. I think I don't take to be the tea thoughts. You're gonna be my main one single say for many more, but I'm not gonna go and I can see we wait. Then I see I put in the air. I'm on zero. I am a zero to amai. Lazibani no uro tamoro no para. Ini hani bogus ni sagara. Yeah. Diba magale, natako dabu mukireko. Obadaba kuope kwacho dabu misireko. Kalika sasangana nae mwana uyu. Marupe divambo nikireko. Hey, sure. Mukachunga fanyika kuzotaini. Kanajeru no pika kungopaini. Tiwe ukwanisa kupaza vigaini. Zokurota every day, don't wanna stop dreaming. Usanisi and you lonely. Laughing, we don't have to celebrate. And in a way, it's a daydream. Nakuti usikuri mo ziroto. Amo ziroto zai. Adibani na kuro kamo para. Ini animo kusi ni sakara. Alright, this is the different that. Sikana kulo kamo para. Zuno dia papandenge darbar. So you are sasa sujarular. Kwanje namnida pana pauri kusara uri fundiauda. Mutine maba. Ati jana kuja apa eka jini bukara. Sangangari jali pari makoki separa. Dijamu bala mos endi misala. Hana basare mada. Mari jata pada. Dini dukumanya serisi kana mchazo gara. Barikuzamarashi, kurukutandara, nekutipano, enda kunora, ndini manona, muziroto. Muziroto, amai. Nekutikana, ndiroto, no para. Nekutikana, ndiroto, pandenge dala. In my queen, the woman of my king, wanna need to glow about it brighter than it seems. Tiri cream de la cream, we will have machine and that is a baby and you zero. Parindaga wina lotu. Sekanjikana adirota yano para. Yakurota moyo no para. Mandeka se Trinnagate, TRINNA space BE88 on all social medias. Please follow me. Thank you. So that's Trinnagate, all the way from Zimbabwe, from the country, from Africa. So we're still here. We have more artists. And we have a young man by the name Big Star. He's a star indeed. Upcoming stars all the way from the United States of Africa. A big star. Yeah.
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. Wow, and all like the family. But one different countries. So, to Africa. To remember our country history in Africa. Malaysia. Yo, me
He
DJ.
speaks in vernacular, Zini.
Yeah, man. Yo, DJ. Give me the version. Chumbo, I'm guys, you don't know the soul of myself. Ndakabata musoro ndokubvanda tanga kugaya zvine musoro ndikati kuti ndiende kumusoro ndinokwana kunge ndatida zvine musoro silaizi ndikati ivo musoro vakagara vanhu vatinadana musoro saka ndinofana kuimba zvine musoro ndokuti ndikwanise kuenda kumusoro owatano kuti ndatimhanya pamusoro pemusoro nditanziso ino haina musoro ko ingadai tese tisina musoro yandinaizoita zvisina musoro ine vari baba ndiri muri kumusoro tiigai kuti ndende kumusoro ndine vita ndoda kuenda kumusoro ndine sobaka ndoda kuenda kumusoro ndakabata musoro ndokubva ndatanga kugaya zvine musoro ndikati kuti ndiende kumusoro.
I don't know where it just went.
Yeah, I believe it's probably some network issues.
Yeah.
But again, thank you guys so much for being here and sticking to us this whole day. We really appreciate it.
And I was just told to be reminded to, for the audience to know that Tuna Cheki is also streaming this on their own platform. So we have to just say thank you for that as well, for the streaming and the sponsorship. And to our other sponsors as well. It's been a fun day. Let me just get the list out. Hopefully we'll get them back. But Zimbabwe Nation Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC TV1, Asori Real Estate, and the Council of the Ethiopian Diaspora Action, and the 286.3 Crib Zimbabwe Media, and Ngoma, I think they're back, Ngoma Studios in Zimbabwe. Are they back? Oh no, they're not.
No.
But guys, this was like an awesome day. I have definitely appreciate being by your side again, Deborah. You know, it's always fun. And Daniel, thank you for making this happen, and giving this insight, this platform, for the American people to just see the beauty of Africa and all it has to offer, and all it did offer already, and just the plight of what we're still going through, right? So, Miss Deborah, is there anything else?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. The next conference is on March 13th, so we will be here. Well, maybe the Global Pan-African Network will be here next week on the 13th. Same time, same place, and we will be talking about a different topic. I don't have much to add, but I'm very shocked and I'm actually very happy that we were here celebrating our culture, our heritages. I definitely learned a lot today from just many different African countries. And I think what Lillian said earlier, it's just the I don't know what the word, the preservation of this stuff that is actually more important than we think that it is. And that I saw a comment earlier, and the person said, "I wasn't born in Africa, but Africa's born in me." And that's literally it. You know, we all have to celebrate.
That's it. That's definitely it. Oh, that's beautiful. And to all our audience, thank you. Please continue to follow the United States of Africa platform. And again, if I'm with you guys on the 13th, I know I'll be watching if I'm not with you, but we'll all see you soon. Take care. Good night. Do we have anybody else we have to? No? Hugs and kisses? We're all good to go, Brent? Deborah, you good?
I think
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure because I'm loving the flow right now. So I just want to make sure we're good.
I'm also waiting to
Yeah.
know. I'm not too sure. I believe we have covered everything, but I just want to check if there's anybody in the background who has anything to say.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody?
We'll probably just give it about 1 more minute, and then if not, then we'll just close the show.
Yeah, we will.
But the next conference, I'm just looking at it right now. So the
Mhm.
next panel, that's for next Saturday, the topic is how is African history important to African economic development?
Ooh, that's a good
That'll
one.
be a really
That's a good
very
one.
serious but heavy topic, but also very important for next
Okay.
week.
I might be on that one. I'm gonna plug that one in.
Okay. And we got the okay from our president. He said that we're completely fine to close out. So thank you again, once again, for everybody who's watching. Thank you to Nacheki viewers. Thank you, Zambia National Broadcasting, ZNBC1. Thank you, Askari Real Estate, Council for Ethiopian Diaspora Action, 2863 Zimbabwe Media, and Ngoma Studios in Zambia. We just want to thank you once again. Do you have any closing thoughts once more? Any last goodbye?
Thank you to the audience. Help this grow. Share it if you care. And good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are.
Thank you once again, and thank you for all your comments. We will see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.